Welcome back to the SMT YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to discuss a company by the name of Altice. You guys may know them as Optimum. Previously, I think it was Cablevision back in the day. Anyways, I think that there's some writing on the wall that we got to discuss, but I do want to highlight everything that's important about this company right now and how this ties into the content we typically create here on this channel. And when we cover telco news, whether it's broadband or mobility services, we're always looking at all the aspects of the industry. I'll be sure to give you guys the link for the AI Invest article. I'll link that in the description. Okay, so this is a company, Altice, that has been facing a lot of challenges. All right, let's be honest. Every time we've tracked their numbers, things don't look good. And it's been several years in the making. It's not like you wake up one morning and these companies are doing poorly. It's often, the straw that breaks the camel's back. But, it's the 1,000 straws before it that just built up over time. So looking at some of the most recent results from the company, there are some improved trends, and that's exciting for the folks that are running the business and investors of the company. The challenges still remain, though. Even though Altice USA has some positive signs, there are improved subscriber numbers and trends for their broadband, mobile, and video subscriptions. A turnaround strategy still is far from being seen all the way through. They have tons of debt. In fact, I think their debt wall is maturing in 2027 at a count of $7 billion. Remember, this is not a huge company like, say, for example, a Verizon, an AT&T, or a T-Mobile, even, where their debt is very high. They don't have those same revenues and margins and free cash flows, right? It's very, very different. So their financial stability and their long-term prospects are hindered by how much debt they carry. Smaller companies that have debt that don't generate enough revenue to cover the debt, that's really concerning. So there's lots of different strategies that they can deploy to try to address this. We've seen them invest into fiber. We've seen them invest into upgrading cable across their network footprint. We've seen them take a foray into mobility, selling wireless plans. They've got new value-added services and plans. I know that there were recent investments into the hybrid fiber coax assets in New York City, where in the tri-state area is typically where you see this company deploying their network. But for them, they're trying to figure out how do they become more efficient. You're going to see things like workforce reductions, AI automation, right? Improving cost operations efficiencies allows them to better position their company. I know that they have tons of leverage right now. I think they're almost at 8 EBITDA, 7.8x, right? You think about those numbers for the big carriers, it's like 1/4 of that, right? To show you the difference between them. So when you read about these types of companies, I think what ends up happening, and this is where I'll leave this video with you guys, my conclusion, is even with some improvements, even with the expansion of services to improve and increase revenue streams, that debt that's coming their way in 2027 is a daunting task. I don't know how suited they are for a future. In my opinion, you're probably at the very least looking at a bankruptcy reconstruction, or what I think is also very likely, and I'm not going to say it's a foregone conclusion, but look at the merger and acquisition marketplace. Look at how this administration is in regards to these types of acquisitions. It wouldn't surprise me to learn that a big player consumes this company as a quote-unquote merger, right? That's what they'll call it, is a merger. And it'll basically be an acquisition. They'll want to take those customers. They'll want to take over on the footprint, eliminate a competitor. Obviously, I think Verizon Fios comes to mind. I think Spectrum comes to mind. I think maybe Comcast comes to mind as potential options. I don't see it being AT&T. I mean, it would be a huge investment from T-Mobile, and it would make sense for them to do it. But I mean, their CEO at T-Mobile says we're not interested in cable. They're interested in fiber. And I'm not sure how much of the network is fiber, but I'm sure it's not much more than 50%. There's just no way. I mean, I could be wrong, but tell me what you guys think. A potential merger and acquisition target, Altice, Optimum. What do you guys think of that possibility? Or do you think just a bankruptcy and a reconstruction of the debt is more likely? Let me know. Drop me some comments. Questions and concerns are welcome. Like, share, subscribe. Check out some more videos. We'll see you guys soon on the next one.